we could just
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just start it up, even though we're eating and stuff.
Yeah, whatever you want, man. Ethiopian-esque.
I don't know what it is. I'm like starving over here. But
yeah, I'm starving too.
That's okay. So
well, hold on, man.
What?
Thought we were gonna do a shot.
Yeah, I just want to get a little meat in me before the shot.
Need a little meat in you, huh?
Yeah, that's all.
I like that.
So, what is this meat that you brought? Oh, it looks amazing.
It's bourbon marinated beef tips. These can be found at your local Big Y, if yours doesn't suck. Very good.
Too much food in my mouth, I can't talk. But Big Y, guys, is a local grocery chain in New England. In case you're wondering.
Oh, that's true. Probably should have said that.
We got people who actually watch from around the world.
Around the world listeners,
there's a Nigerian
followers from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm. All my Nigerian friends, thank you.
Hello, Nigerians.
My Bohemian friends, thank you.
We love you.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
And we're just starting off with dinner, actually.
Yeah.
So,
pretty good.
You want to give them a quick rundown of everything on the plate?
Sure. There is bourbon marinated steak tips with some sauteed green beans, couscous, and sauteed vegetables. That's all really good. This was cooked by Ben's girlfriend.
Miss Lynn, you guys have seen my other videos.
She's a pretty good cook.
Mm-hmm. And then we were going to follow this one up with a shot, too. This is kind of like a New Year's edition thing, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to the bar.
We're drinking. We're still drinking.
Normally we do the podcast in the studio. We've done the podcast at Mohegan Sun in the hotel room. Tonight, we are at my bar in Meriden, Connecticut. I'm not giving you no address. Sorry about that. But it's a really nice bar down here. There's like a mirror and lights and stuff. I wish I could show you guys that, but I don't want to mess with the cameras and stuff while the podcast is up running.
It kind of looks like a VFW down here. It's kind of majestic. It's pretty cool.
It's very classy and classic all at the same time. I love it. But
it's what? How many spots you got here? 2, 3, 4, 5 potentially?
Potentially 5 seats
5
at
good
the bar, yeah.
roomy spots. You're gonna knock into everybody while you're talking. And
I should buy some more bar stools because honestly, I could seat like 8 people all the way around from one end to the other. So that would be nice. But
how's your dinner?
Dude, this is amazing. I'm just taking my time on it. I'm ready for that shot whenever you are.
All right.
And then we'll just start attacking the interview phase, where I ask you a little bit about who the fuck you are, person in my house. Nah, I love you, man. It's so good. This guy used to be my supervisor on one of my jobs. And,
I was his direct supervisor.
And I have never...
I was like his third testicle that he didn't know that he had.
I've never had a coworker that I was able to bond with like so closely as Colby here. So I just want to say, you're a good man for that. You're always great to work with and great to be friends with.
Pleasure as well. Thank you.
Cheers. And god damn it, I think that was just about 10 years ago that we worked together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's been a while.
Holy shit. Oh shit. I look like a dumbass.
Ben.
What's up?
What do you remember about working at Travel Centers of America?
All of it. It was all traumatic.
Maybe the highs. Maybe the highs and the lows, I should say.
The highs? Damn, I remember getting high. Those were the highs.
I remember getting high all the time, and
God damn
I
it.
was the direct supervisor.
Back when we were stoners with low-level jobs and just
Me,
trying to scrape by.
I think we were like overloaded on a morning shift, and it was Craig. Craig was like the technical in charge with a couple of subordinates, and Tony Varga and myself. And I think the D train was really behind on the dishes.
I'm pretty sure I just
got stoned with you guys, you, Tony, and you and Tony.
Yeah, I think it was
And me.
Yeah,
And
it was always us three.
we were like chiefed a car outside.
Ryan always
and,
wanted to go
everybody-
with us,
yeah,
but we
everybody
were
knew about
like,
it.
no, Ryan, you have to watch the kitchen. Because we're not just going to have this guy yelling. You're like, oh, God, guys, thank you for taking me and letting me get all the freaking Salisbury steaks turned and dry as piss. Now, he would talk like that, too. He would
Oh, I
literally-
used to fuck with him. He knows.
used to talk like
I liked Ryan though. Deep down, Ryan could be a pain in the butt, as we all can be. But deep down, the kid had a good heart. I did like him. Not so good on the buffet, but I would say that Ben was probably one of the better buffet cooks that we had.
Probably one of the best.
I would say you were in a top tier.
I'd say Ray was like neck to neck with me for certain reasons and not for other reasons.
I'd also like to point out that that's a Ray the rapist.
I know. I realized that. He was a good worker, and he really
Yeah, he was
kind of
good.
he was really weird.
He was really good until he started stealing money out of the
weird.
cash
Oh
register.
yeah. He became a criminal real fast. Like it was like a flip of a switch. First for like some certain amount of months, he was doing excellent, seemed like a normal guy. He was very stern, very firm, and he would get all the work done perfect, taught me how to do the work perfect, and it felt like me and Ray were running everything.
You got trained by a rapist?
And then all of a sudden he became this.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I told you guys every experience of this place
I don't
was
remember
traumatic.
that until now, but I 100% believe
Yeah,
it.
every experience in that place was traumatic. That's why I'm saying I didn't forget any of it. And that's probably why I am where I am today, because I'd rather be in a way nicer job,
Yeah.
nicer setting, without a bunch of crackheads surrounding
I
me.
used to tell people at the Travel Centers of America that the breakfast, lunch, and dinner buffet was like rats making sex to birds and starting a whole new different kind of AIDS. And the company kind of frowned upon that because they didn't like the soft undertones and foul language. So I was on the shit list again for a while. But true story, I was hired 7 different times by the restaurant. I think that's a record. I think that might be a company record. They usually don't rehire people, and they always let me come back.
That's more than a company record.
Probably.
Nobody's ever been rehired more than 2 times there.
I have.
You have. But the guy who was born to do dishes didn't even get rehired that many times.
Oh, man. Being a dishwasher there sucked.
Anyways.
Did you ever have to work you worked dishes sometimes, didn't you, when you first started?
We all had to do it, man.
Yeah.
We all had
They're
to do
like,
it.
we're not going to give you buffet shifts right away.
Because sometimes there would just be no dish guy.
Lisa
They couldn't
Price,
even keep anybody there. So we had
Lisa
to do
Price
it.
wasn't going to dangle that carrot very quick.
Anyway, so
Anyways.
let's get to the first part of this interview, because that was a really long introduction, but I think it was needed. So what are you doing now? What are you doing for work?
I kill bugs. I do pest control now. I work for a company doing pest control, and I like the hours. The money's pretty good. I got a good employer. Good situation.
That's good.
So I've been happy. I was a bartender before the pandemic, and obviously I'm not doing that anymore for obvious reasons. The restaurant industry is just kind of cratered, so haven't really been working too much up at the other place sometimes. But I don't do shit now because we're not supposed to do shit. So
Yeah, I hear that.
I go home and
COVID-19 too.
yep, I go home and I watch TV and I drink and smoke pot, and
Oh.
that's what I do.
I come home and drink sometimes. I can't smoke weed like that because
Yeah.
my job, but
Yeah.
you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But everything's been great. Everything's been so much better ever since those dark times that we were
Yeah, it's gotten better,
a part
man.
of together.
You know,
So
sometimes you got to flip both scripts.
Absolutely.
See both sides of things, you know?
We have a beer cooler down here, correct?
We do. Go for it, man.
Thank you.
I'm drinking from my my Mabel's whorehouse glass or mug I brought to Ben's. I don't know if I can see.
Try to hit the mic, just in case.
Oh.
You know what I mean? We want to kind of. I think it's good. I think this is like the area. You know, we'll figure out the science of it, but I'm sure it's hurt everything tonight. But because we ran like fucking 10 tests, guys. 10. It was getting annoying after a while. I was like, I think we've been sitting here testing for at least a full hour.
I'm gonna eat this in a minute.
Well,
Flowing.
so you're also from Connecticut.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I mean, like currently, but
Currently living in Connecticut, in the state.
but originally.
Originally, I'm from the Boston area,
Okay.
from Massachusetts.
What made you migrate to CT?
Working for Travel Centers of America.
No. No, it did not.
I plunged.
No, it didn't. That was
I
like-
plunged south for the winter.
That's nuts.
I invested 10 years of my life into a really shitty company that I had no fucking way of ever wanting to stay with.
And you kind of like left your home for that.
Yeah, I mean, I just basically crawled across state lines, so it wasn't much, but...
So, what was it like? Did you feel better at least like getting away from the home life and being independent or something? Like,
Yeah, I'll be honest. So I moved from a kind of a smaller city, and now to the town I am now, and it's smaller, but I kind of liked it even more because it was a more small town aspect, and for the most part, the people are pretty nice, you know, of anywhere. You know, you're always gonna have problems with some people, but it's a nice little town, and I enjoy living in it. You know, as you do with the town that you live in.
I honestly, I just like most of Connecticut. I've been treated well in this state for the most part. It's had its ups and downs. A lot of really big downs.
Are you chucking shit?
That wasn't comedic.
You know you gotta
effect.
clean that later.
I'll get it.
Do it now. Now. No, not 15 minutes from now.
I'll forget about it after 5 minutes. So maybe after 5 seconds even. But so Colby got a bunch of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, it's my Mabel's whorehouse glass.
This Pabst Blue Ribbon. I love the choice, but you're crazy. This shit turns white
crazy.
This shit turns white people crazy. That's what they say.
I don't know. I feel like a good Republican drinks that.
Me too. I can handle this.
Sure.
I can handle this.
That's what we're doing now. And a couple of shots of Jesus. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to. Cheers to something.
I'm already drinking.
Cheers to fucking something. You're not drinking now. What?
I'm not gonna drink the whole thing. What?
You don't have to drink the whole beer. I'm not drinking the whole fucking. Kidding me?
It's too big.
It's like 32 ounces right there. I'm not chugging that for your one beer. You get two more. We have a race, but
We can do this. No, I'm joking.
I don't think it's good. My
What?
bad. Can I puke in that mop sink over there?
I've already done it. Yeah.
Why?
Just because I guess I was just having way too much
How?
fun one night. And
By yourself?
I think so. I was drunk, yelling at my PlayStation. Dudes, you know, we're winning, we're losing. I'm screaming at you, and then I'm just, and then I cleaned it all out, you know. And you only live once, man. You know, you gotta.
YOLO. Come on, man. Even I know that. Fucking YOLO.
That was one of my stupid ass jokes in one of my last skits. I actually just burped in the middle of it.
I was. I didn't give a hidden message.
So,
man.
yeah. I'm just kind of. There's only two of us here, but I'm against the whole mask thing if it's really just going to be like two of us. If you want to start talking about a little bit about COVID, has it affected your life too much?
Oh, sure, dude. I've had a incident at the workplace, you know, so everybody's got to get checked, and
I'm going to be checked out again soon.
Going,
I already
yep.
got checked out, tested negative. But
Sounds like we're going to have to...
2 guys in my department just tested positive, and I don't think I caught it from them, but, like, I got to go get checked now. It's fucking annoying. And then I've been getting hangovers and shit. So, like, life goes on and normally for me.
Okay, you getting hangovers isn't COVID.
I know
That's
it's
you.
COVID. But that's the problem is people are going to think...
Well, you got to sleep then.
People are going to get worried and think just because I'm getting hangovers.
You're working. Now you got this, this podcast.
Maybe it's not even a hangover. I didn't drink that much. Like, maybe it's just a little cold or something. I get headaches. That's it. Like,
I mean, you get a cowlick.
Honestly, here's the problem. Here's the real problem is I have anxiety.
I know.
That is the one major thing that beats up my body. And so when I get worried and panicked about things like COVID-19, I will literally make myself sick. Like, it sucks.
Oh,
and I test negative. I keep testing negative, and I'm like, okay, whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine now.
Yeah, man. I've had to take multiple COVID tests in the recent last few weeks. You know, we had a scare at our place of employment, so you gotta do everything you can do to follow the state guidelines now and go with that. I mean, I don't know. I just go with the flow. Mm-hmm. Until it's truly affecting me, I don't go with the flow and I speak up.
Well, that's
lately the last, like, to be honest with you, and for me just personally, marijuana really helps with my relaxation.
Okay.
So that I kind of just like chill. I take things that were really serious and I'm ready to flip out about, and I kind of just relax. You know what I'm saying?
You can look at it from an outside point of view. Finally.
Well, it's outside my mind for like a little while.
Then you gotta smoke some more.
Yeah. I'm like, then I have an epiphany, and then boom, figure it out. It's pretty good.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
But
I'm sorry that your experience working for Travel Centers of America wasn't up to snuff to you.
You know what? It looks good on paper, regardless.
What, shit paper? That's somebody probably stole from the fucking dry storage.
When I want to get into a restaurant setting, I can always say I was a buffet chef or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you fed the trop. What the fuck?
I did my job good, man.
That's where the pigs go to eat.
That's where they go to fuck too, in the back parking
Oh
lot.
yeah,
dude. I remember seeing.
You ever seen a
lot
of
girls walking away from the truck? I'm like,
true story. You know, I have multiple times, but I watched Donnie from the store chase one out with a fucking baseball bat.
What?
True story. Chased her out with a baseball bat. So I think she actually dropped the bat inside. He chased her out with the bat she brought in.
Oh my god.
It was pretty funny.
That's wild.
Working at a truck stop, man, that's something, dude. That's something you'll never forget.
It's a story. It's like I can appreciate it for what it was, just because it made me stronger as a person in its own way.
Working the buffet made you stronger as a person. My hat off to you, sir.
Dude, you don't know the vernacular of a truck stop buffet and all the shitty workers you work with and all the shitty people you serve. It builds you up. Really builds you.
Ben, can you explain like a day?
Oh, a normal day? All right, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can I pick the shift and how? Because I feel like you would understand immediately. So Ben's buffet experience. Buffet is not a position at the Travel Centers of America that has the strongest hold on tenured employees. They usually want to bail really quick when they realize, shit, I gotta run around and work the whole time I'm here.
Yeah. So it's up to you if you want to pick the shift or whatever. But
all right,
I could just run you through a normal day.
Yeah, I'm thinking like all you can eat fish Friday.
Oh,
the
what?
night shift.
No. I'm not gonna run you through someone else's schedule and how bad.
Didn't you used to work Fish Friday? I think you did.
Yeah, but sometimes it was Becky, and she did half of those Fridays.
She sucked.
And
Becky sucked.
And also, if the buffet ran late at night, like I was only there till like 6 or 7 o'clock. I wasn't staying any later than that because shit gets weird after that. After the sun goes down.
Oh, that's so true.
After the sun goes down,
you never know who's gonna come out.
You never know what the fuck is gonna happen up there.
You'll see people lurking in the buffet.
You see them lurking inside and outside. Literally, people are just like coming out of the woods. Like you're like, yo, what the? Where's this
I actually
kid
just
going?
thought of something. I remember this one time. All right. Okay, so there was this one time you were working buffet at night. I was your direct supervisor at this said job at said truck stop. You had all your stuff in the big cart. Remember those 2 carts, like a smaller size one and then like the handicapped one that barely worked? All right, you guys always used to pull your food from the buffet with the big one.
Yep.
I remember you had the big cart over there, and I think you were like, "Oh, this is too good. This is too good."
You gotta keep it together, man. That place wasn't that bad, guys.
Oh yeah, it was. It was horrible. But now collectively, I understand. It was ooh.
Okay.
This guy. No. This is what he was doing. So this guy wanted to buy your buffet.
Don't even say it.
And you had like everything. It was like shit, and like you would combine shit with shit, like Brussels sprouts with baked beans. All the vegetables together.
What he's trying to say, guys, is I was literally loading up the cart to get out of there.
Get the fuck out.
Just get the fuck out of there. It's the end of the shift. It's time to throw all the food away. And somebody would come up and be like, I want to buy all this.
It was the most awkward feeling too.
I'm looking at it like it's all garbage.
I felt like Ben was about to get raped.
I was like, I'm about to save this company and sell this guy straight garbage.
Seriously, like slump up. That's when it was the fucking slop was by the pound.
Yeah, it was like all dried out at the
you
end.
You could get buffet to go for like $12 before. Then they're like, wait a minute, we're getting ripped off. They're just going and getting a couple of buffets and getting a bunch of chicken and shit. I'm like, oh, well. You have to figure out some other way. And then they're like, oh, let's weigh all these fat fucks by the... Oh, no.
Yeah. It got bad.
Travel Centers of America does not have a buffet anymore.
No, that got shut down. That got shut down.
It's gone.
That's probably the only
reason. I was told that it was gone. I asked for proof of photo.
That's why we can talk shit about it.
From our mutual friend, who I will not bring up.
Yep.
That I talked to there. But... she said that the buffet was basically bulldozed to the ground. It wasn't that dramatic. It really wasn't that dramatic.
I picture it really happening.
I mean, that's what I want to see in my mind. Like, I want to see somebody come in and live out every fantasy I ever had about destroying that thing.
Bulldozing it, when you said that was totally believable for me.
Right.
I would imagine that's what you should do.
What about when you would come into work? This is a scenario that was awesome. You'd come into work, and I always had to do this as the PM manager. I'd have to check the buffet like as I came in, because you have to go buy it anyways.
Yeah, and mine was always the better one.
That was the worst when you like go up and it's like 10 minutes before your shift's supposed to start. And the fucking thing's empty.
Yeah,
and they're about to just fucking
leave. They're about to
you off. Like, see you later. Fuck you.
I'm like,
and then you're about to bounce.
I go in the hot case and I'm like, there's nothing but dried out shit. Like literally looks like shit in a pan. Looks like someone
refurbished leftovers.
It looks like someone took a dump in a pan, left it there for at least 12 hours in the heat.
That isn't really far off from the truth. It's pretty factual.
And I was like, can I even serve this?
Would you eat
this shit? Do I have anything to work with when I walk in and you have to refill the
the cooler would be a fun scenario. You're supposed to have pasta salads, all the stuff in the salad bar. your meat's pulled. There'd be none of that. And you'd be in panic mode, and you'd be like, all right, can I go get a job at the Dunkin' Donuts making $1 less like tomorrow? Because I'm about to leave and take a demotion and go somewhere else.
Bro, Lisa drops a watermelon on the fucking refrigerator floor. Product completely lost. What's her name? Tracy, I think it was. We call her. What's her name? Fucking was it?
The rat. The rat.
And then
Templeton the rat.
Craig's coming to me all like, yeah, so Lisa told Tracy that you like lost all the watermelon. I'm like, what? Why? What happened to it? He's like,
screw you.
He's like, I don't know what happened to it.
She tried to screw you,
dude. So many times. So many times. She just kept using me as her fucking voodoo doll. Like, here, throw Ben in the fire. Just keep throwing him in there. Oh, chicken's missing? Wait, a whole entire chicken body is missing? Well, that was Ben. Tracy, don't know what's wrong with this kid. Tracy, he let the chicken run away. Yo, I swear to God, a whole watermelon and a whole chicken went missing, and those were both on my ass. And I was like, well, Tracy, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
They literally meant your ass, though, when they said that, because it'd be like, Ben, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Like, why? Because fucking we lost 2 pans of buffet fucking chicken that was going to go to waste anyways.
And I didn't lose it.
They would have just ate it?
No, I didn't lose it. Lisa kept dropping everything on the ground. She just kept dropping it on the floor.
You're making my blood boil.
She just kept dropping
every time somebody would drop a pan of something that we fucking needed on the ground, like some fucking.
And then I was the garbage can of just like, hey, want to know where?
But sometimes a server would piss me off. A server comes back and I'd be like, you can talk to me first before you go over there.
Yeah.
And she like grab something out of the hot box, and then like go take it to the buffet and then dump it on the way back.
Yeah.
I'm like, great dish. Appreciate it. So you got all the fucking glazed carrots all over the place.
If you wanted to go through a day in the life, real quick.
In the life.
I would walk in. I'm tired, possibly hungover.
Tired of working there?
I go to the back of the whole place. I already know what the refrigerator looks like. It ain't stocked right. The hot case probably looks like shit unless Ray's working, the rapist. And then I go all the way to the back, and there's like 2 or 3 people back there smoking a joint. And I'm like, give me a hit of that. All right, thanks. Come back up to the front. Whole kitchen smells like weed now. And it's not my fault. It already did.
I don't think it was my fault.
It wasn't my fault. I walked in and smelt it.
I was
like,
a manager
where are
there.
these guys?
I couldn't take blame
where are
until
these
now. I
guys?
don't work there anymore.
So then
I'm not hireable there, I don't think.
So then Colby comes up to me. He's like almost throwing up. And I'm like, what's wrong?
Wait, I'm at work?
Yes. I'm like, what's wrong? You're like, well...
How fucked up am I?
You're not fucked up at all. You're sober.
Was I working?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You're sober as a bird today. You're sober as a bird today. You're like, you know what? I might as well be hungover. I'm like, why? Because I just had to clean Jay's leg stains off the front of the fucking toilet. I was like, yo, what the fuck are leg stains? I don't even know what leg stains are.
Jimbo Slice?
Yeah, Jimbo Slice's fucking big leg stains on the front of the toilet. Like, he had them shits like against the
I remember that.
Yo.
Oh, dude. I don't know why, but like at the time, the company was like letting you wear like a collared shirt with buttons.
Yeah.
And you wear this like white one that like
you can see
basically see through.
You can see everything.
He's like soaking wet everywhere.
And his stomach's hanging out the bottom.
Like, how are you making that much of a mess?
And the thing was, he was so chill though. I still was just like, Jimbo, like all the time. And he'd be like, yo, and, like, that was our Jimbo Slice. But dude, the dude was a fucking menace. Like.
Yeah, he was a menace to the fucking the bathroom.
He was the slowest dishwasher. He would fuck the bathroom up so hard.
Oh, dude.
He would do
the worst would be like when I'm managing and I'm trying to leave. And I'm just like, usually you can, if you come in a little early, you can skirt out a little early. I'm trying to get out of there on the time that I planned on.
Do you remember?
And Jimbo's over there like, fucking shit his pants.
Yes,
and I gotta go over and fucking clear dish, get all his buckets. He's like crying in the corner. I'm like, this isn't real life.
He was literally
like,
crying. He was literally crying.
I'm like, dude, I was like, no, you're like 45 years old. If you don't want to be here at work, don't be here. I'll fucking work your shift, but like, be a grown up and fucking stop the drama.
Yeah,
it's not that.
It's not complex. We're not in the Big Brother.
Wash
right
your
now.
dish, put it through.
This isn't Survivor. Like, what are you crying for, dude? I don't know, man. So there was a. Do you remember Nick the dishwasher?
Oh,
And
the
fucking
crazy one?
Fergie would call him Nickel Piss.
Yes, I do. I really do.
I remember seeing a video of this guy. He got so pissed off right before he got fired. He literally, like, I seen a video of him throwing a dish.
I think there's a picture of me next to his van in the parking lot.
He
on Facebook.
whipped a pan across the room, all pissed off.
Oh, I remember that.
Everybody's like, get out, get out. Flew through that thing.
He used to fucking mouth off to me, and I'd be like, you know what? This is how it goes here. I'm not fucking responsible for what you did in your life, so that you're 56 years old and you're fucking scrubbing dishes here. That's your problem, not mine. I'm willing to be cool with you as long as you respect the fact that I'm your boss and you're the employee. It didn't have to be that way. He got very fucking confrontational with me from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. And then everybody else noticed that too.
Yeah.
And apparently, I think I told you this years back, that he had worked there before, because Linda remembered.
Right, he was one of the rehires.
And he was not a rehire.
No?
There was a glitch in the system, and he
What?
got through the glitch. And because he was there, they could offer him...
Hours again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently, he fucked it up for himself, because Donnie from the store came over, because Nick put a bunch of cardboard in front of the wrong receptacle, and, like, he went off on Donnie about it. And Donnie's like, you know what, Colby, I can fire him. I was like, dude, do you
Just
want to do it?
go
Just do
for it,
I
yeah.
really appreciate that.
Fucking Nickel Piss. This guy literally looked like an old white guy version of Mr. Potato Head.
Yeah.
Like, he just had those big buggy eyes
his,
and
like-
the Hitler the big bushy Hitler mustache.
Remember his accessories? He came
Oh yeah,
like G.I.
he came
Joe.
in looking like he
Like
was ready
fucking
to
flashlight.
He was a
utility
firefighter
belt.
dishwasher.
Yeah, he brought a book.
He had a utility fucking belt
Like
and
a
a
spot.
hat.
He used to bring not Dinty Moore, but like the
He had
most
his glasses
generic
and shit.
dollar store beef stew that is out on the market. He ate underneath that, so
Yeah,
you knew he was.
he
bred
was going for
TA.
survival. He was like,
Yeah.
"That's my lunch. Time to go back to fighting evil for the world." He looked like a superhero dishwasher. He was like I was like, "Yo, dude, this guy's fucking
Dude,
serious."
remember he used to show up 4 hours early for his shift?
Yeah,
Yeah, he'd show
like
up
as
at
if he would
4
be
a.m.
there.
for his
No.
8 a.m. shift. And then it would be like 10 a.m.
I'd be there
and
at
I'd
6
walk in and he's
6 in the
sitting
morning.
at the bar and I'm like, you on
6
your
in the
break, sir?
morning.
We don't, because employees sit at the bar on their break. Mm-hmm. That was just
6
one
in the
rule.
morning, I'm walking into work, and Nick is there.
Nickel Piss.
Nickel Piss is
Nickel
there,
Piss.
and I'm like, "What? Hey, Nick, how long you been here?" He's like, "Oh, just a couple hours." I'm like, "Just a couple." What kind of form of psychotic are you? Like, no, seriously, you come up showing to work like you're super dishwasher, man.
Ben,
Like-
how come you never learned the line? Why don't we teach you the line?
Oh, I did the line.
Did you do the line?
Yeah, I did the line.
That was the area the company thought I was the most successful.
Well,
and was
She
being
knew
able
I was
to
good
fill
at
in the
it.
line.
She knew I was good at it, but she shortly after putting me on the line, she took me right off because
You were good, but
yeah, I did the line at
I
the.
was great,
No, I know.
dude.
I know you had more experience than me.
Dude.
You were fucking awesome.
I was able
You
to
were-
take everything out of a shit situation and make it whole
Yeah.
for a shit reason.
You knew how to run the line.
Cooking
man.
on the fucking
Running,
line.
guys, running the
fucking
line
stop.
properly is not easy.
Shout out to
This guy does it like a pro.
shout out to Matt Ryan. Shout out to Albert Murray. If they're following, I'll let them know about it. You guys were mega chefs at fucking TA. You guys could handle any fucking shift, just like myself. It didn't matter how pounded in the ass you were taking it while the buffet was completely empty. Not a manager to be seen, not an employee to be had.
Dark
I'm getting
times.
bent over and fucked on the cook's line, and I'm just
getting called.
I'm just
into work.
listening to Dead Mouse. There might be coffee and fucking zoning out and just pedaling through. That's what you do. It's like any job, you know. Sometimes you gotta take the good moments, and sometimes you gotta take the shit moments.
You did a really good job marinating that meat, dude.
I did not. You
Oh,
can
it
thank
was
Big-
already pre-marinated?
You know what, Ben? You can thank Big Y for that.
They marinated that well?
They did.
Dude, that's really good. There's a lot
I've never had the bourbon ones there. To be honest with you, I don't think that Big Y has very good meat. I'm gonna throw it out there.
In general, nah, I mean,
No.
what grocery store really has great meat?
I want to give a shout out to Tallinn Butcher.
Okay. And
that place is really fucking
Arnold's
good.
Meats does have some decent stuff too.
Yeah,
I love them.
Shout out to Shout out to fucking Tom.
How did I just go from saying who does do any good meat, and then we just start shout outing places like no big deal. Shout out. Like they do good meat. Yep, they do good meat. Yep. There's actually a Stafford butcher that's been there forever too.
Didn't you work at you worked at the biggest of Y, right?
Yeah. I was with Big Y for 6 years, and I was in maintenance, which is something that's
what's maintenance at Big Y?
Maintenance is really hard for a normal person to get into because they only try to hire special people because they think that they can just dump all the cleaning on them. But the thing is, if you're
getting very aggressive,
very specific, very aggressive here. Right, I am very specific and aggressive on this. Okay. Because every guy that I've worked with in maintenance didn't want to do anything or had Asperger's or was old or there was always like an issue. There was always an issue. And then there was just one guy in every Big Y in maintenance, and I was the one guy who did all the shit and got the rewards. I even got an award from Big Y for being that guy and everything. Like, when the baler went down, I was like, "Hey boss, can I just take the fucking card into the store and come back with the parts?"
This is a two-hander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, "Hey,
cheers.
Can I take the card to the store and come back with the parts and fix the cardboard machine?" He's like, "The cardboard's backed up so far in the store, I don't even see another option." He's like, "You would do that?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be right back." He gives me the store card. I used to have a key to the fucking Big Y. I used to be able to walk in if I wanted to at any point in time, day or night. And he would give me the store card. I'd go up to the hardware shop, grab the parts, come back, fix the cardboard baler, and that would...
Cool.
Now, the other guys would just clean the bathroom. That's it. They just clean the bathroom.
Well,
some people were, and I would also do the billy goat machine that would suck up all the grass and garbage outside. It was like a big lawnmower that sucked up everything.
What about carts?
Chopped up everything.
Did you have to get carts?
For a little while, I was getting carts. Everybody's
you
always
gotta. Sometimes you gotta fucking do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, but I used to also fix the bottle machines and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would literally fix them sometimes because I just didn't want to deal with it.
Now, your brother worked at Big Y too for a while, right?
Pretty sure me and both my brothers have all worked at Big Y. That was a Stafford tradition, growing up in Stafford for a long, long time. I was in Stafford for 21 years, so Big Y was naturally part of the progression of my life.
Well, let's branch away from Big Y for a second. What about the co-op? I know Tara worked at the co-op. I remember when she...
My fiance worked at the... it was kind of almost like a local rival in Stafford was the co-op. In that place, it was good at first for a long time, and then it got bought out by some Indian family who would let the meat sit out for like weeks.
Yeah, that was gross.
And then eventually the health inspectors had to shut the place down, and then the place got completely demoed, and a CVS was built there. So, Stafford is a funny. It had its dark times, but it was also rebuilt.
Architecturally, the downtown looks pretty good. The businesses are filled. People are happy.
Is the Palace even open though?
Palace is not open right now.
That sucks.
The Palace Theater is probably going to be closed until it's sold or
COVID is.
You can't have concerts in a place like that now.
Here's another thing. Do you think COVID is ever just going to go away? I don't think.
Not anytime soon.
It doesn't do. That's not how viruses work.
Nope. I think this vaccine is going to be distributed, and we're going to have to.
I'm not going to need it.
We're going to have to kind of figure out how the hell we're going to do this. Who's getting it first, and if you're going to take it, and if you're going to have to take it for a job, or to go to Massachusetts, or how it's going to work.
Yeah, crossing state lines.
Every day is a new rule. It's troubling sometimes because. Everybody needs an off switch from something, and to have to deal with that too, it's like, holy shit,
Yeah. I mean, that's funny how I say that about my job sometimes, where we're forced into situations where it feels like there's something new every day. Nothing is consistent. It's not my boss's fault or nothing. It's just like, that's just how things just work out. We all go through it.
Yeah. I would say it's more in my personal life than my work life. My work life's pretty easy, and I don't have any complications of any kind there. I'm doing well at my job. My boss tells me that, so it makes me feel good. I'm doing something completely different too, so that's like been a kind of leap, I guess. It's a different life and different hours, but it's a way better life. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't give this a chance earlier.
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
Why did it take so long?
Why did I take so long to make this progression?
Yeah, and
done it sooner.
Like anybody else, you kind of reflect on the COVID situation too, where you kind of have to figure out where do you stand on this. it's not even just COVID anymore. It's all related to other things too. And it's like you just have to believe in something at this point. You got to have. If I've learned anything, it's that you got to have some kind of hope for a better future right now. Like something to glimmer, something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
Even if it's the little things, So
because that will be what drives you, to the next step,
Absolutely.
the next, you got to have something to hold on. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is or what situation you're in.
Yeah,
maybe you even got
kind
out
of like us hanging
you
out
might have
tonight,
got out of a big. You might have been through a big breakup or relationship, lost a family member. You got to still just fight.
It's even just like us hanging out tonight, man. Like we've been
this
wanting
is
to hang out.
Way overdue.
This is so overdue.
I think this is 2 years overdue or some shit like that.
I don't remember the last time we've hung out. To be honest with you, it's been a couple
nearly
years.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Less than a year ago though. I did a couple times catch you at the package store. That was pretty cool. I was like, yo.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, you know
that
what?
happens sometimes.
No, but we're both in a random place in Connecticut at the same time. Come on, man. That's kind of.
You might have been up there on a.
That's literally destiny telling us, like.
Memorial Day, maybe?
We're still pinging off each other.
Memorial Day or 4th of July or something like that. I think it was. It was summertime.
Yeah.
That sucks. Like, we have this virus going around, and I want to be able to hang out and catch up.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I always remember when you first went down to Newtown for the first couple of years, you straight up would like tag me on posts and be like, dude, if I'm in town and I can hang out, I want to come hang out. And I always appreciate that, man.
Well, you had a lot going on with your life there with Jason at that time.
Yeah, that douche. Fuck you, Foppy.
Friday the 13th, Jason.
Yeah,
fuck you.
fucking-
No, I'm joking.
No fucking front teeth, Foppy.
Really? He doesn't have front teeth anymore?
Nah.
What happened to that?
He's a douche, I'm not gonna.
No, it's okay. You don't gotta.
I'm not gonna mince words, but
there are
he's
some
a douche,
things we don't really need to put out on YouTube.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
But he's not the person that I first met. Put it that way.
Jason isn't the person that I first met either,
Yeah.
and I wish he was.
I wish he was too, because
he was a good fucking
I lost
dude.
a good friend, or I thought I lost a good friend. I guess I thought wrong, but shit happens,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
You know what? I lost a couple friends, not like dying wise, but in these last couple of years. Even a couple of the people on my previous episodes of this podcast suddenly turned weird. I had to go my separate ways with them.
Just care to elaborate?
Yeah,
All right.
it's a good topic to touch up on,
Sure.
and it's a little bit of honesty, and it sucks because I didn't want it to be this way. But
Well, you know what Kenny Powers would say. It's about to fuck you up with some truth.
yeah, I am about to fuck you up with some truth.
All right.
Guys, in a lot of my previous videos, you saw Alexis Roman.
As long as you're not like pulling your dick out or anything, I'm good.
And this guy,
Thanks, Ben.
I'm going to make this extremely brief, came to me out of nowhere saying that somebody was saying that they had seen my girl getting out of the shower while they were over my house hanging out. And that she looked at him funny like, hey, you want to see more and all that? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he told other people this story, and they were... My other friends came back to me eventually and been like, you know what? He was saying about himself. And... it's the weirdest thing to say about somebody when it's so untrue, completely untrue. Like, she would never do that. You know that about my woman. Everybody, all my friends get this same vibe about my woman.
If there's anybody that's trying to pick up Tara, she's the most loyal girl.
She is. She's the most loyal girl in the world.
Sleep with you ever.
So it's almost like he thought he could put a wedge between us and freak me out a little bit.
Fucking idiot.
And I was like, you do realize
You're an
that
idiot.
you aren't my friend anymore starting right now. He's like, why? I'm like, because
You're an
I'm
idiot.
not dumb.
Yeah.
I have security. I'm not insecure. Don't play games with me. I'm a real fucking man, and she knows that. That's it. I've been with her for 11 years. You think that would happen after 11 years and I already know what solidarity I have? Fuck you. So he was like, oh, wait. And I was like, nope, bye. Blocked. And then this other kid, Tyler, I love him to death, but he did a lot of things to make me very uncomfortable and was taking a lot of my time and effort and cleaning up after his disgusting habits. So
Sometimes
I
you
don't want to
gotta
throw
fucking
him.
break free.
I don't want to throw him under the bus too much with what happened between me and him. But he blocked me, and I just because
Well, he fucked you over.
I confronted him and said, "Look, I need you to realize just how much you are starting to irritate me."
You gotta call people out on their shit, man. You do.
You got to do it. And so it's just the fact that you try to stay 100 with people and you try to build them up to be a better person. And honestly, sometimes some people are too critical to other people, but I'm not even too critical. I'm just real. I love you, man, but sometimes I can be tough love if you're really serving it the wrong way to me first. I'm going to just tell you how I feel. And if you're not comfortable accepting that, taking the criticism and becoming a better man or woman, then you need to, really, I guess you need to block me. Whatever, you need to block me.
Absolutely.
That's fine. So I blocked him because he was being really evil and toxic, but this kid blocked me because I was just trying to help him understand what he was doing wrong. And in a nice way. And because the stuff he did, you would freak out. You'd freak. You'd be like, dude, I can't do this anymore. So.
It sucks when you have to cut people out of your life that you didn't think you'd have to. Hate to dwell, but
yeah, it
sucks sometimes when you're trying to just you want to do right by somebody, but they fuck you. Plain up,
it sucks even worse.
Arthur, the fist meme, fuck you type of fuck you.
It's also like you have some sort of self, I feel justified now. You have some self-justification, but also at the same time you feel so bad and like you didn't want this to happen. When you see from the outside how later down the road they're failing even worse. You see them losing it, failing, just falling, and you're like, why didn't you take my advice? Why didn't you take my hand? It was out there, and you fucked it up.
Well, how many times have you listened to other people's advice when you learned afterwards that their advice might have been right and yours might have been wrong? I've been there too.
That's happened to me. Yeah, no,
it's happened to all of us.
I've had to set myself a step aside of myself and say, Ben, don't let your ego get in the way of this. That he might be right. I do that for people. I at least consider.
Can I ask you? I think we had talked about it when we messaged. You said it was okay. You going to jail?
Yeah, I've gone to prison.
We've talked about it, but it would be cool to maybe
talk a little more.
Yeah.
Prison.
If that's okay, if that's.
Prison's a funny topic for me.
Did you go to prison or did you go to
full blown?
Full blown.
Yeah. The whole 9 yards. I literally had to cough with them.
I'm not gonna say where Ben went. You pay the.
No. It's cool. I was in Willard Cybulski in Enfield, Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
It's only at level 1. I spent 2 weeks in segregation, which is this place that they put anybody with mental problems and they keep the lights on 24/7 surveillance. You're by yourself in a tiny little cell. They kept me there for the first 2 weeks only because they didn't have enough room to keep me anywhere else.
I'm drinking all the Pruno thinking about your heartbreak right now.
I was awake for the first 2 weeks of my sentence and could not sleep. Because that light, that light was in my face 24/7, and it was buzzing, and I couldn't sleep. So, yeah, neurologically that was damaging.
So what was it like? Day in the life? What?
All right, yeah.
What'd you do? How long were you there?
You get up at 6 a.m. just so you don't miss breakfast.
For how many months? 3 months?
Yeah, I was there for two and a half months. 2.5 months. And it's because I got out early because of good behavior when I had a 4-month sentence with a maximum of 7 years.
Quick question before you talk about that.
Uh-huh.
What do you think is worse, the time you spent in jail or prison? Which is crazy to think that you went to prison for a couple months.
The time that I spent in jail?
Is that experience worse or better than
jail
COVID-19?
Is worse than prison as long as you have to experience it for too long of a period.
Reference to COVID-19, though. Would you rather go to jail or would you rather just do COVID-19?
Probably just do COVID-19.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I had to think about that, too, because, that's probably hard for anybody at this point. It's just well, I got nothing.
Yeah. I lost how much I could lose 2 weeks of my life over 2.5 months of my life. I'll take it. I'll do COVID.
Ben, did you...
And I say jail's worse because you're in a tiny cell where they keep you in holding, and you don't have activities. You don't have a commissary list that you can buy things from. You have no rights. You're just held in the county jail. That's just jail, and it sucks to be behind those bars in that tiny little cell. And when you're in prison,
those guys want to go to prison at that point.
When you're in prison,
at least they get some fucking
at least
rights.
you can walk around through the dorm now, and at least you can socialize with the other guys. You play board games. You can make your own food, buy things off the shop. You got a miniature culture going on in there. It's actually gonna make it so you don't lose your sanity. If you're stuck in jail for 2 months straight in a fucking holding cell in county jail, that actually would really damage you personally, like on so many levels, like mentally, socially, physically. It would damage you because all they serve you in that county jail for the first holding cell is like bologna sandwiches and Burger King.
Ugh.
Sometimes PB&J.
I get sick of after a while too.
Oh yeah, it's bad. So I couldn't even sleep because the temperature's not controlled in there either, and they have one wool blanket with how many diseases on it? Who the fuck knows? Do you want to use that? Or you better hope you came with wearing 3 layers.
Did you know anybody?
There's a metal bed. What?
Did you know anybody when you were in jail?
Yeah.
From the outside?
Yep. I actually ran into an indirect contact named Jeff Dixon.
Jeff Dixon.
You know, and right before he passed away of cancer, I got to sit down and meet with him. Got out of prison. His nephew delivered pizza to my house, and I connected with him. I said, "What's your name?" It was Brian Dixon. I said, I met your Uncle Jeff not even like 2 months ago. And I was sitting down with him like 3 weeks ago. He's like, no way, my uncle just died of cancer. And
That's the worst.
Jeff used to do all kinds of drugs with my dad when they were younger. And that I was like, dude, this is the guy that got my dad into all this shit. And,
correct me if I'm wrong.
And then my dad went from being doing that to being a minister to
correct me if I'm wrong, but like when you went to jail, your dad turned you in, right?
Yeah, he did.
Was that hard on you?
That was extremely hard. The amounts of like so much conflict and betrayal in my life between so many social connections and the people not lining up properly, not doing things properly, and then blowing up on each other.
Sure.
And with the vernacular of the religion, so many different ties being made and broken so quickly. There was, my life was like this really fast action train wreck of just every wrong thing you could think of in the book. Everything. It was all wrong. It was fucked up. I don't want to say religion is totally wrong, but it was one of the things that played a lot of a big role.
Did you feel like your dad maybe should have stuck up for you, or did you feel like it was one of those?
It was one of those things where my mom would have never known. He blamed her. He said, yeah, the reason why I turned you in is because I'm afraid of your mother and everything that could happen with her. And I said, Mom doesn't know of any of the things that happened today. You just turned me in. Yeah. You could have covered for me. And you're not going to get in trouble if anybody is caught, because I'm going to take the blame if I get caught. That's it. Like, so just get me out of your house. Don't send me to jail. And he has apologized to me for that. He literally, my dad has come to me in the most modern time in my life. This is very recent. He came to me and said, I'm so sorry we raised you wrong, and I'm so sorry I got you put in jail because we did it all wrong. And I was like, well,
he probably thought at the time that he was doing the
you
right
see how
thing.
strong of a
which
person.
I don't have kids, but I can totally firmly believe that he might have had your best intentions at the time.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, but
dude,
was that?
Do you see how strong I am as a person now? Honestly, all the bullshit I went through from the moment I entered this world to where I am now, it's mounds and mounds and mountains of bullshit. And yet, look at me now. I'm doing just fine.
I feel you, man. I'm in a good place myself, and I feel good, and I could be in a much worse situation right now than others.
Than the TA.
Than the fucking TA.
You know?
Blood, sweat, and tears. Albert had a pretty sweet TA rap.
I remember that.
Had a couple of good verses in there too.
He tried showing it to me as if he was like proud of it, like cool. And
it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, but at the same time, I was like, I can't believe that this place traumatized you that much that you had to rap about it.
He worked there for like 7 years.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Albert.
Yeah. Oh, I can understand. You you work somewhere for 10 years, there's going to be some kind of an attachment to it, to some extent.
Right.
I didn't think I would stay there as long as I did, but I also left quite a few times, and sometimes not by my choice.
Right. When you got hired the last time, I was like, whoa, Colby's back. I thought he would never get back into this place. They were literally saying, Lisa was like, he can't be rehired. He can't because it's against the rules. I was like, okay, bitch. Watch. I want Colby back.
Ta-da! For my last act, I'll get Lisa Price removed, and we'll get the fuck out of here.
No, for real. Dude, she used to walk out and serve the customers like with her fucking panties pulled up to here, hanging out of her pants.
I remember that.
She would have her panties hanging out of her pants and walk around and greet the people, not realizing her dress shirt was tucked into her panties. Her panties were pulled out of the pants and hanging around the dress shirt.
I totally forgot about that.
And then the customers were seeing it. I was, literally, you were like, yo, get over here, look out there. And
you have to tell everybody.
You didn't even have to point it out. I didn't even say, what is it? I looked out there and I was like, oh my, no, Jesus, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. She's greeting every family as if she was being super productive that day. She's like, I'm going to go and engage.
Yeah, all days that she's trying to be super productive.
I'm going to go and engage every single customer. Your panties are going to be greeting every single customer today. The kids were sitting eye level with it. I was looking at this kid like, panty in his face. And it was not perfectly pink.
I used to like when she would chomp on Scooter about his buffet. And I'm like, well, you're the manager. Fucking help him if he sucks. What do you want?
No, she wants to go back and play Facebook games.
Yeah, that's not my fucking problem. Like,
yeah.
I'm the insubordinate in it right now. I'm like the number 2. I don't know how it worked. Like, fucking Craig was there, Tony Varga.
Well,
the rapist was even a fucking.
She didn't want to train. She didn't even want to train anybody enough so she could hold her job longer. So she would only train Craig. You notice that? She only trained Craig on everything, and then the rest of us were in the dark. It's fucked up.
I remember when Raymond Chevalier was promoted to MIT. Did you remember that?
Oh my god! Right before he started fucking it up.
Stealing.
Yeah, stealing. Yeah.
That's pretty much stealing.
This lady who had her panties hanging out of her fucking pants promoted a rapist. That's where we worked.
That was one of the benefits of working there.
Oh god.
If you had a felony, don't worry about it. You don't need more.
You're good.
We will take care of that for you.
We got you.
We need you so bad. Tara did a really good job in this.
I know it. Bob. How long have we been running now? Because it might be about time to shut it down, guys. How long have we been going for? I don't even know. What? Alright. Maybe, do we want to put this to a close with something? Should we do a beer chug? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Close and shop, huh?
We're both getting old. We can't really just do that anymore. And I don't want... You're not going to chug that, obviously.
Oh, no, I am not.
What'd you say, a shot? We could do a... No? Nah.
Everything he's talking about right now is just...
You're just into your food.
I know I am.
I was like, should we do something great? It's like it's a video, right? Like, I don't know if we have to put our lives on the line here. Like,
what, make this video great?
I don't know, great again somehow.
Yeah, we're just trying to make this video.
Who
great
is our
again.
current president right now? Is it still Trump?
Yeah.
I think it is, right? Yeah.
Until the 20th.
Okay.
Ben, how do you feel about the new person coming into office?
I never supported either of these guys, so don't get the wrong idea. But I do think that Biden might be the greater of the two evils here. Because he's practically a pedophile with onset dementia. And that's who we hired as our president, guys.
That's who we used to hire at the truck stop.
Yeah. You basically hired one of the lurkers that come out of the woods at the truck stop. And he's wearing a suit, so he fooled us all. He's saying nice things, except for the fact that he can't remember his wife's name because he says, and this is my husband, Joe Biden. That is your wife, and you are the husband, Joe. What the hell? Why are you touching that little girl's head? He's over here doing this thing. I've seen him do it to so many people. They're like, why are you touching me? What the? I'll just let it happen, I guess.
What a great...
Yeah, we're good with this, I guess. No, you could tell how uncomfortable they were. Even though they were trying to be discreet, they're just like, yeah, he's doing it again. How can anybody ever say that Bernie was too old to be voted in when you got someone like Biden losing his marbles? And we just go, okay, yeah, let him be president. And who knows what the frick he's doing behind the scenes, too, with, like, a pedophile mind like that.
What happened to Kanye? I thought Kanye was going to be a presidential candidate or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you could have voted for him. They're never going to let him.
Nobody's going to vote for Kanye?
No, a bunch of people did. A lot of people voted
really?
for... Yeah, a lot of people voted for Kanye.
Did they?
Yeah. But...
Kanye West?
Yeah, a lot of people voted for Kanye. Even if it felt like it was
Surprising.
a joke. It felt like it was a joke, but a lot of people...
I would feel like it was a joke.
Fuck, I probably would have said Kanye over either of those guys. Honestly, I don't care if he has no background in politics or understanding of the job. That's probably better. It's probably better that way. Just let his advisors do all the work. I don't know.
Well, you gotta remember,
that's not how they do it anyways.
Trump was a first-time politician. He said he even says this to Biden when they're campaigning. Like, I'm fucking new at this. You've been doing this for years. Like, what's your excuse? You know?
Yeah. How come I did a pretty good job and you kind of suck?
Made me want to throw up for a second. I was so disgusted by Biden, but
I know, and I don't even like Trump, but I just have to choose him as the lesser of two evils. That's all I'm saying.
Trump?
Yeah. He's just a normal guy trying to be a big businessman and be a president and all that shit. I don't care if our president is a dumbass. I just don't want him to be like totally morally corrupt, completely down to like being and not being sound of mind and shit like that. Like, I don't know.
Sometimes he has some outbursts. What do? Reapply for your job at the TA?
Dude, the whole grabbing the girl by the pussy thing, it's a joke between real men. Yeah. It's just a joke. If you can't take a joke, who cares if he's a politicians aren't allowed to tell jokes. No, fuck that. He can go and say that to another guy in confidence and as a joke. It's funny. I would be like, stop it. I just don't stop it. He'd be like, I know, I'm kidding. But the other guy had respect and said, yeah, do that. Like, so it makes him look worse. It's shit like that. People take shit a little too seriously, but the shit that they should take seriously, they don't take seriously enough.
Sometimes that happens. You gotta weigh both sides and figure out the odds, but how do you feel about COVID right now?
2020 wasn't even a bad year for me. COVID hasn't affected me too much. None of my family members have died of COVID. I'm actually doing pretty good.
How do you feel? Like like everybody else, we hate wearing a mask and.
I think that people should wear masks just to be careful.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that these outbursts of people who are saying everybody else is just a sheep, a pussy, and all this shit, and then it's just like, don't go around looking like a crazy person, just in case they're. A lot of people think this is a conspiracy. In case this is not a conspiracy, you should still be very careful. Sorry, there's a lot on this. I got it. No, bro, it's all mashed inside the bar. I don't want that in the bar. Anyways,
I went hard.
So another thing that I'm getting at with this is I was gonna get at something. Then I
cleanup time.
Yeah, I had to do cleanup time. Whew, my OCD, man. I seen that. I don't even care about COVID anymore. So I was having a good year, all that. What am I trying to say anymore? Yeah, COVID does suck.
What do? You know?
Oh, well, I was going to talk about a heart-wrenching story. I heard this horrible freaking story about COVID. And there are times like these that are very dark, and it really should be respected as a virus properly.
I already had a tear going down my cheek. I was so emotional about it, but I haven't even heard it. Let's go.
Okay. So my mother-in-law works in hospice, and she works as an RN. She works 70 hours a week, bless her soul. And she had to work with someone who told her they killed my mother. And she's like, what are you talking about? And she says, I called the old folks home. My mother's calling me, and I don't know what she's trying to say, and she can barely breathe. And they're like, we'll check on her. She gets a call at work again. My mother can barely breathe, please check on her. Yeah, we've been checking on her. She's just having an anxiety attack. Stop.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it sounds like she's choking on something. She don't sound good at all. She just vomited and is choking on it.
Jesus.
She said, bring my mother to the door. Show me that she is okay, because you guys keep telling me that she's okay. They brought her to the door and she was blue in the face, and right after that she died.
Oh.
So negligence on the old folks' home. This girl just had to watch her mother die because apparently the place was quarantined from COVID, but guess what? It's in there, so they're fucking that up. They got this lady fucking killed on her own vomit. And this poor girl.
This is like everybody's worst nightmare right now.
Yes,
where like
watching your
you're
mother
gonna
die of
lose
COVID on the other side of the
one,
glass.
And you're not going to be able to see them because of COVID, or you're going to have to see them
die through the glass.
Yeah, and it's just not right.
It's just fucked.
Nobody should have to die like that.
No. That hurt to listen to, and I was like, people need to stop going around without masks and thinking this is. Yeah, I know me and you don't have a mask, but we're not sick and we get tested, and we know about what is wrong with our bodies, and we know who we're with at certain times, and
you have to formulate.
You got to be really careful about this as a virus.
You got to really formulate the people that you hang out with, though, and make sure it's on a very limited level. Don't be going out and hanging out with every fucking Tom, Dick, and whoever's going to suck your dick.
Guys, for months and months and months, I haven't had more than 2 people at my house. Or maybe if it was family, Thanksgiving, that's probably the one exception where I had less than 10 people still. And you got to treat it properly. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you got to treat everything that way.
You have to be integrated into what's going on in the world too. Don't take blinders and put blinders on and not look and see what's going on.
And keep a well-balanced lifestyle, because you can't be too swaying of one side or the other. You're always going to look like the asshole, crazy person,
Stick behind what you believe and lead with it, But
cheers to that.
Yes. Maple's Whorehouse.
I think we're going to let it off with that one. I think that was a good sender. We'll send you guys off with that one. So, Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a good time talking about COVID and all the craziest times that we have to go through right now.
Truck stop.
Talking about truck stops.
That we worked at.
Yep. And stay tuned for more stuff, guys.